This is the InPods 13 Pro, a pair of Apple AirPods Pro look-alike, which I bought from Shopee Singapore a couple months ago, and I finally had the chance to do a proper review. Hi everyone, this is Johnny here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel basically focuses on testing and reviewing budget and affordable wireless earbud to help you to decide before you hit the buy button. So without further ado, let's get into today's content. So the InPods 13 Pro in Shopee Singapore, it has a rating of 4.7 out of 5 star and has sold over 2,700 sets. Now around 10% of the buyers gave below 3 stars. Some face unstable connections, some mention poor audio quality, while others mention the earbuds are unusable less than 1 day. But at $7.30 Singapore dollars, will they fail me? Or will they deliver a decent performance? Well, stay tuned because we're going to find out all this right now. Now let's start with the casing, shall we? The packaging of the InPods 13 Pro is very basic. The front cover showcases a pair of AirPods Pro. The case design, the height, the size, thickness are identical to the Apple AirPods Pro, just a different color. The case is made of plastic and has a glossy finishing. There's a hole at the front, and at the back is a physical button, and at the bottom is the lightning charging port. There's no logo on the case, and when you press the physical button, it gives a cheap, tacky, loud click, unlike the Apple AirPods Pro. When you hold the case in your hands, it feels light. When you press it, you apply a bit more strength to it. The plastic case will flex inward slightly. To access the earbuds is pretty easy. All you need to do is to flip open the lid. Now the spring in the lid isn't very tight, so it's actually easy to flip it open with one hand. When you take the earbuds out, the earbuds design and shape are identical to the Apple AirPods Pro, just a different color. Taking out the silicone seal on the ear tip, it reveals the ear tip, which is unlike the Apple AirPods Pro, whereby the ear tip is built into the silicone seal, and because of that, it's very hard compared to the InPods 13 Pro, whereby it's pretty soft. Now, the physical resemblance to the Apple AirPods Pro doesn't stop here. When it comes to connectivity, the moment you place the case next to an iPhone, the pairing animation pops up, just like the Apple AirPods Pro. And not only that, but the entire pairing animation process is identical. Reconnection is pretty fast as well. It takes around 2 or 3 seconds. Once it's connected, you actually hear a nice melody and a beep. Switching between music, phone calls and videos are pretty effortless. Only difference is that it doesn't support multi-device. Other than that, pairing with an Android or MacBook or Windows laptop is equally effortless. In terms of touch control, it's similar to the Apple AirPods Pro, but it's just that instead of using touch pressure, the InPods 13 Pro uses touch. It taps on the stand. So the controls are 1 tap for play and pause, 2 taps for volume up or volume down, 3 taps for previous track or next track. If you press and hold, it will activate Google Assistant or Siri. Now the one major difference here in terms of touch control is that on the InPods 13 Pro, the touch controls are not very sensitive, and sometimes they actually do not even register my touches, which is not really the case when I was using the Apple AirPods Pro. The InPods 13 Pro, after you pair it, you can actually access the inbuilt menu within the Bluetooth menu of the InPods 13 Pro, which is exactly the same as the AirPods Pro. And this is something which amazed me actually. But of course, the menu are exactly the same, but not everything is actually working. The ANC feature doesn't work, the customization of the right earbud and the left earbud doesn't work either. But it's just that the entire menu, it looks identical to the Apple AirPods Pro. Now in terms of battery life, the earbuds of the InPods 13 Pro, they are actually able to last around 3.5 hours on music playback at 100% volume. And when it comes to phone calls, they last around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Now when it's at low battery, you actually start to experience intermittent disconnection. From my own testing, the left earbud dies off at around 3 hours, and the right earbud follows shortly in about 30 minutes time. The charging case itself is actually able to provide up to 2 full charges for both earbuds, and they're actually able to recharge the earbuds independently. It takes around 1 hour to charge the earbuds from 0 to 100, and it takes around 2 hours to charge the case from 0 to 100. Now, even though there's a hole at the front, in my own testing, the hole at the front, it doesn't do anything. Instead, in order to know whether the case is charging or not, you need to open the lid to see a red LED light flashing between the earbuds. And when it's 100% charged, the red LED light between the earbuds will go off. Now, since we're actually talking about earbuds, there's one major area we always need to talk about, and that is actually sound quality. Now, the sound level, the music output or the volume output of the AirPods 13 Pro is pretty loud, even at 30 to 40%. It has reasonable bass, which I'm actually surprised for this pair of lookalikes. And it has pretty good clarity on vocals, which are pretty in front but not overpowering other sounds in a song. Acceptable instrument separation, so-so soundstage, and I'll say it's actually pretty okay, for general music enjoyment. Now, in terms of using these earbuds for games, I wouldn't really recommend it for games, even though it actually has pretty good audio and it actually replicates the sound effect pretty well, but it's actually the audio delay, the sound effect delay, which I personally feel that it's not very recommended. I would still recommend you to stick to wired headphones. Finally, the following segment is actually a series of audio clips to demonstrate the microphone quality of the AirPods 13 Pro. So do remember to put on your headsets. This is how your voice will sound like on the iPhone 12 mini. This is how your voice will sound like on the iPhone 12 mini.
Hi everyone, this is a mic test on the AirPods 13. I'm actually currently using the earbuds in an indoor quiet environment. So do let me know what you think of the mic quality. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone, this is Johnny here. So I'm actually using the microphone on the AirPods 13 for the earbud. I'm currently in a coffee shop. So do let me know what you think of the microphone quality. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a mic test on the M1 MacBook Air built-in microphone. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a mic test on the M1 MacBook Air built-in microphone.
Hi everyone, this is Johnny here. So I'm currently using the AirPods 13 wireless earbud with Zoom. So with connected to my M1 MacBook Air. So do let me know what you think of the audio quality through Zoom. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
So it's come to the final part, which is whether is it worthwhile to get the AirPods 13 Pro. So let's look at the pros and cons, shall we? Well, the pro is that this is actually a decent fake, and it has fairly decent sound quality. It has usable microphone for indoors. Now, in terms of the cons, pretty poor touch controls, not suitable for game, poor battery life, especially if we're talking about currently in 2021, and it has actually poor build quality. So in my personal view, I will actually call the AirPods 13 Pro as an outright Apple AirPods Pro fake. And personally, I am not going to recommend anyone to get this. as I'm a person who always encourages people to support originals. Alright, but of course I'm not going to stop you from getting one, even though I'm not recommending it. And for those of you who actually would prefer to have not a fake, I would gladly recommend you to look elsewhere and consider, other earbuds, right, such as the L21 Pro, the Basis WM01, or even the AIRPODS M Dots. And all these earbuds which I mentioned, I'll actually include the link in the description below. Feel free to check out my reviews, and if you wish to get them, I'll put the link as well so that you can actually purchase them. Alright, thank you very much for staying until this point. This has actually been my personal view on the AirPods 13 Pro wireless earbuds. So I hope that my sharing has actually helped you. If it did, it would be so amazing if you can actually hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. But most importantly, share my content with your friends who are considering to get a pair of wireless earbuds. My name is Johnny, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!